Now let's talk about the transformation of objects. In first place, we have the rotation. Next to select and move, we have select and rotate. With this, we can rotate our object, the same as we do with the move, but this time obviously with rotations. Decide the axis and rotate. Or if you click outside those axes, you can do it more freely. The next option is Select and Uniform Scale. This refers to the scaling of the object. This is used in the same way. There are a few more options, so you can scale from 2 axes, from 1, or even from the middle. As you can see, from the middle increases or decreases the size, taking the pivot as a reference point. We can enlarge it from the Z-axis or the Y, or even from 2 axes. The transformation always depends on the direction of the pivot. The next thing to see is the third tab here, which refers to the pivot, and it's the hierarchy. This window has various options. We'll focus on the first panel, Pivot Adjustments. In this panel, we can modify just the pivot with the first button, and if we use Select and Move, we see how we can only move the pivot. If we wanted to move it, then we do another type of transformation. Underneath, we have an option to affect only the object. So if we moved, only the object would move. The pivot would stay in place, as you can see. There are various options below, like to center the pivot, to align it to the object, align it to the world, or reset it. In this case, we'll make it so that it only affects the object. If we make transformations, they'll always start at the pivot point. You need to remember that each time we select one of those 2 tabs, Affect Object or Pivot, you need to unselect at the end to confirm the action. Something you need to bear in mind about the scaling is that if you go to Edit, take a look at the dimensions of our cube. When you scale, these dimensions don't change. It doesn't increase or decrease what is the real size of the object. What it makes is a kind of visual effect. So if we need to work with exact measurements for architecture or any other project, then we should work from these windows here, adding the measurements that we require.